Your courage will fail.
Good morning, welcome back to some more Vampyr. Last episode, we killed Elysius Dawson? Whatever his friggin' name is, I don't remember. Because he's a bit of a dick. We killed him.
Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood.
Yes, we should probably follow the blood to find Mr. Edgar, Dr. Edgar, because the people kind of got on him before we did. Although I'm kind of thinking he was maybe a vampire. I don't know. I fully expect there to be a boss up here, by the way. Fully expect there to be a boss. Okay, hello there. Oh, look at this. I wonder what this is.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for what.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are.
You're the progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
I think it's probably just whiskey.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. I'll pin you down! Close your eyes! This is good.
Boo.
The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Show some style.
That's a nice sword, though. I have to say.
True light will cleanse you. Come on, Reed. Try something else. But if you're so innocent, your poisonous bite is useless on me.
Really?
Freewood prevail!
Oh, fuck off. Thank you.
We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Priwen. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
Alright, well, you're gonna die
There is
then.
no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
Except if I turn you into a vampire.
That's where you're mistaken.
Haha.
What do you mean?
You sacrifice 1,000 persons, I'll make you a vampire. I can't kill him? I'm not going to be a dick. That'd be awful. Like, I'm a vampire, I don't want to be a vampire. Ugh, I'll spare him.
I'll spare you, McCullum. I'll offer you the mercy you never offered me.
What is this ruse?
This is no ruse, McCullum. This is me letting you go. After all, you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
You give me your sword? Or at least tell me what the hell is going on?
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
See? Progress already. You called me by my name. Until the next time. Goodbye, Hunter.
Seriously though, apparently Edgar is a vampire. And I didn't call that at the start at all. I'm fairly sure I did. I'll have to see. Alright, so I still need to rescue him. That's still not great, because I've still no idea where the hell he is. Over there somewhere. Okay. It's over there, I guess. The death of the Lucius Dawson, head of the Dawson Empire, occurred last night at around 10 AM. One of his manor chambermaids found him in his bed this morning, bathed in his own blood. She immediately reported the incident to the police. A number of Mr. Dawson's house staff are currently being interviewed, but a clear culprit has yet to be identified. Born in the city, Mr. Dawson has been a benevolent patron of London and a faithful member of the Catholic Church for many years. He wore many hats: tradesman, employer, father, and brother. The look of you who knew him personally might have included that he was very much more. He was a man of vision. He saw a glistening future of our crime-ridden capital. He saw the ways out through which our families and friends could be protected from the dangers outside. He saw how he, himself, as a man of wealth and influence, could use his fortune to benefit the people. Mr. Dawson has planned to turn the city into a fortress where the virtue could live in peace. Sadly, this idea attracted the jealousy of others, and they did not let him live long enough to enjoy the fruit of his dedication. Mr. Dawson leaves a daughter, and many admirers in one is lost. Bollocks. We're on serious at the minute, but actually, if we kept putting everyone's stuff up here and yeah, I'm fairly sure if we just go and see to everyone, that we just go back to being normal. We'll see. Right, you'll notice I leveled up a bit, ready for the upcoming battle, I'm going to assume. See you over there. Okay, this is not the way. McCullum's report. I finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal, as painful and dreadful as it was. My God, the woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted by infecting all who would come to her next play. It helped me understand greatly what is going on. Fletcher's real name was Doris Jones, and she was the daughter of some Harriet Jones, who's been treated as a patient for a long time at the Pembroke Hospital. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the West End. I don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her before returning to the theatre. and how she turned into that monstrosity that the leech known as Jonathan Reed finally defeated. The presence of that vampire in the same hospital where James was treated can't be a coincidence. I'm convinced he is deeply involved with the vampire plague going on in London right now. I'm also convinced that Swansea is an accomplice, and that those two are planning something more terrifying than anything the guard has ever faced. Maybe I should take some to read the old books mostly the guards still possess to get some answers. It may prove useful. In the meantime, I better send some patrols to investigate what's occurring at the Pembroke Hotel. And 2 days later, it took me... That's not how we would put that date. Thank you very much. It took me 2 days to pass through the district registers.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster.
It took me 2 days to pass through this dusty vault. God, I hate losing time like this. The search did prove fruitful for once. I found 2 pages that could be related to our present situation. A copy of Marshall's memoirs. I took them with me to read carefully. The creature Marshall says he fought in 1666 is a disaster that aimed to destroy London. It is very similar to what happens with Doris Fletcher, the disease, infection, hater of the living. It is sad to see the city ransacked. I have no doubt that the bloody old leech of William Marshall is behind all this, and that he is back. This could be the greatest accomplishment. If the guard could find at least and destroy the old bastard, I believe what Marshall did in 1666 is exactly what Reed is now doing. Did the creature, this disaster, escape their will? Is it why Marshall destroyed him in 1666? And Reed did the same with Doris Fletcher before she became the creature? I don't know. But these two are clearly working together and Swansea is helping them. I will immediately give orders to have him arrested and interrogated. As for Reed, I'll destroy that evil beast myself, and then we'll deal with Marshall. This Esther? Okay.
I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Step away, sir. Die, Lisa!
You know, I'm thinking about it now. I'm fairly sure this guy used Cheat Engine to give him a lot of XP. Not judging him. I don't care. Can if he wants to.
It's locked, all right.
The guy that gave me this stuff, by the way. We Marshall's memoirs. The Brotherhood of the St. Paul's Star finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose a place where I defeated this disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to the position. They're in the sacred sons of the church and in the eye of God. They expected to listen to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature, the Dust Astro, the Eater of Stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Her? Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request. My burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate? Promised to come back with me for an answer. The Primate of St. Paul wrote back to me with just a name, the Tears of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord. It took me before than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create such an artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredient is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me. Pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But it's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes. I am ready to do something with it.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Vampire Knight Marshall, Legend the Man. What is this much? Lady Blackwood seen linked to Marshall. They exchanged letters and says no your name is. Lady Blackwood, maybe. Lady what do you call it? What's her name? I forget. Maybe. We shall see. Oh, hello, Swansea.
Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
Yeah, he's definitely hiding
I
something.
think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession? Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Well, tell me then. What's going on?
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Festering anger?
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic? The link between Doris and Harriet? The suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I
made her a
tested the
vampire.
regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza. I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
I absolutely cannot decide on this because he totally does deserve it, but he's handy when it comes to the epidemic. He really is. Okay, this is the first person we've turned, and I think we're just going to need it.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Ugh. Ugh. I mean, ugh.
Enough!
I'm going to make a great thumbnail, that is, though. Patient Zero, the last chapter. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Your friends will abandon you.